Hi, I'm Renee Kennedy with AAA Life Solutions, and today I'm here to talk to you about weathering the financial storms of life. And you may be going through that right now. We have something right now going on in the market that is kind of unprecedented. And we like to use an acronym called FEAR because we can take fear and turn it into something better that we can use for our good instead of allowing it to control us. So the acronym that we like to think of when we use the word fear is F for false, E for evidence, A for appearing, and R for real. So I don't know about you, but I watch a lot of things and I read a lot of things. I subscribe to some publications and things so that I can stay on top of what's going on. And it's madness right now. There's so much happening all at once. Now, there's some great things happening, but we don't want you to feel fear. We want you to use our acronym, false evidence appearing real, to manage your fear and to be prepared for some things that could happen. So when you're dealing with financial storms and weathering the financial storms of life, some of that might look like losing a job or maybe a chronic illness, or you've lost a huge amount in the market. And it's at times like that, or maybe you've lost a loved one. It's times like that when you really start to readdress where you are and what you've done to prepare. And we don't want you to have regrets. We want you to take that fear and we want you to be proactive, and we help you do that. And so when you're thinking about financial storms and what could happen, think about all the changes in the weather we've had in the last few years. It seems like tornadoes, hurricanes, floods, earthquakes, even volcanoes erupting. There's a lot of people that think that Jesus is coming tomorrow because of all of these signs of the times. And no one knows that date, but I can tell you that we have been through some unprecedented storms of life lately. Personally, my family has been dealing with loss of loved ones during COVID. I'm sure yours did too. We have been dealing with chronic illness, and I'm so glad that I was able to put some things in place that when I did, I really wasn't even sure if it was going to work. But when I tell you it worked in a big way, it really did. I'm living, breathing proof that there are things you can put in place when you're younger, even when you're older, that can help you in retirement and through some of these financial storms of life. We want people to build their ark before it starts to rain. And when we say that, we mean that, okay, if we're going to have blackouts, I think what just happened in Spain is a good example of, they got rid of some alternative energy, and then now there's been blackouts in Europe. And that will continue, and I think we will have those here too. We know that the new AI is going to take 99% of our energy grid in the next 5 years. 99% of our energy is going to have to go towards AI. And make no mistake, we are in a war, a race to see who can get to the highest level of all of these functions that AI can do quickest. And it's sort of like we're already in a war. And people think, well, we're going to have a world war. Well, you can look at the trade, you can look at it like a trade war, a financial war on the dollar. There's so many different crises happening around the world right now, and we don't want you to be afraid. We don't want you to feel fear. We want you to be prepared. And so how do you get prepared for a chronic illness? 5 years ago, my husband got sick in one day. It took us a year to figure out through alternative medical treatments and therapies and tests. And after $350,000 spent on alternative methods of care with a good health insurance in place, it took us that long to find out he had Lyme disease and Rocky Mountain fever, and it left him with Parkinson's disease. And had we not had things in place, our businesses would have gone down, our families would be having to take care of us and him, and that would have been terrible. I had to take care of my parents for 10 years with the help of my siblings, and that was difficult. They were both in the hospital at the same time. So if any of this is ringing true to you, I'd like to share with you what we did to put a plan in place that made it so that we could take money out of an account tax-free that's not reported to the government in a secure tax shelter that we can access a death benefit early. And I know some of you are trying to second guess what it is, but it won't make sense unless you take a little time, ask the questions, give us a chance to show you what we're talking about and to see if it even works for you. I am a certified financial fiduciary and I work for those people that ask for my help. I'm all about you. So if you are in the middle of a financial storm, maybe now is the time for you to redirect, rethink, and overcome your fears and get to work. And let's put some things in place that are going to give you some security, some safety, and some self-esteem again. And that can be done. And the future is bright, but the next 12 months are probably going to be choppy. And even so, there are things you can do today that will keep you from having another 20% loss in the market. No one has a crystal ball, but if you look at the charts, it's not done. So hang on, get your life preserver on because it's about to get rocky. And you can do this, but you've got to make sure that you're not listening to old formulas, old ways, because they're not going to be enough for the future. And we know you can do this, but you might need a little help. So until next time, see you then.